Welcome back. In this topic, we are going to cover persona. Persona is one of the important activity in UX process. Without user study, there is no UX. As a UX practitioner, understanding about the user's behavior, feelings and emotions are one of the important activity to create a great user experience for the product. As a UX practitioner, conducting user research is one of the important activity. For this, persona play big role to identify right audiences. Persona will be representative behavior for the major target audience of the product. For every product or for every services, there will be a target audiences. Target audience are known as a target users. It is very important to know about our target users, their expectation, their pain points, demography, etc. The topics we are going to cover are: what is persona, why persona is so important, how to define a persona, and best practices to create persona. What is persona? Persona are fictional character which represents major user group of the product or services. Persona are not real. It is a imagined character which represents the major target audience of the product. It will be created based on the user study or based on the discussion with the product owner about their target users, so that personas are not simply created. It is created based on the research, not in assumption. Before going to the next topic, quickly I will show one example that how persona will look like. In this example, you can see user photo, name of the person, designation or biography, personality, goals, frustration as a pain point, etc. It is completely an imaginary character, but is defined based on the user study. Like this, for any product, we can create 3 to 4 different type of persona for better understanding about the users. Why persona is so important? Persona will help us for deep understanding of users' behavior and expectation. The product design team can empathize with a real group of end user to understand their goal and aspirations. It helps to understand users' insights, motivations and pain point, etc. It also helps us to bridging the gap between the user expectation and product designers to create a cleaner and a better decision making which focus on the user's need and goals. How to create a persona? Before going to how to create a persona, first we will try to understand what are the components is required to create a better persona. See this example where you can find the list of components which is shown. Especially whenever you create a persona, please add the photo. Not only the photo, add the personal background about the user. Then you need to add the name, age, family, like is married or single or with the children, and his education background, his photo, skill, and also the task and what are the major responsibility which he has, and where he is working and what is his motivation, and also understand what is his goal and challenges or pain points which is facing, and also physical or social or technology environment. For example, what kind of software he uses it, what kind of a mobile app he uses it, and also what is the shopping preferences. And if we can add some quotes, it may add value. So these all information is required to create a persona. For example, when you create a persona, please add the picture. Please do not use or please try to avoid celebrity photo or popular personality as a persona. It won't match. Always try to find the right or relevant images to match with your persona. And backgrounds. Add person name, age, family and designation, etc. And also motivation is very important, especially goals and pain point is very important. Every persona, please add a goal. What is his expectation? It's a goal. And the challenges is pain point. What all pain points is facing, that we need to capture. So these all points, it may helpful for us to think about the user's perspective. Now let's see various steps involved to create a persona. There are 4-step process involved to create a better persona. Step 1, collection of data. Step 2, hypothesis. Step 3, description of the scenarios. Step 4, description of personas. Step 1, collection of data. In this first step, you need to collect more information about your users or target audiences from the stakeholders. We also can conduct user interview or group interview for better understanding of the users. Do you remember the stakeholders interview questions which we discussed in previous chapter? On that, primarily we asked the questions about the target users for the product, like who are the target audience of the product or services. Users geographic or target areas. How would you describe the users? Users characteristics like the age, experience, education, etc. Why will the user come to this website? What is the user's need? What is their interest? What is their goal, etc. What will user do on the website? Especially what is the task they do and what is the content, what is the information they are looking for, what are the features they are looking for, what is the functionality they are looking for. All the information we need to get it from the customer. Also, which is the primary, secondary task in your product or services. So these all information may helpful for us to create a better persona. The persona will help us to bridging the gap between the user expectation and product designers. Hypothesis. Based on the data collection in the first step, you can draft a persona for various kind of users, including in which way users differ from one user group to another user. When we discussed with the user, most of the information and how user will come, it may overlap. Our patterns of the user is almost similar. In that case, you can create a one persona. Sometimes if completely different, the purpose, how they use the product and all, then we can make it a different persona. For every product, if we can make it 2 to 3 persona, it's always is recommended. Some of the product like Amazon, Flipkart, you may find different type of personas. It's n number of persona. If you want to make it a number of persona, we can make it, but it's not recommended. Generally, if we can create a 2 to 3 persona, easily we can identify what the end user's requirement or expectation, and it may helpful for us to match in the design. Let me explain with an example to understand better. Just imagine you are creating an internet banking app. So, who will be the user? We can't assume all the internet user they are going to use the internet banking app. Just try, who will be the target audience for the internet banking? Primarily internet banking users are salaried people, business people who have a corporate bank account, and family users or family members who have a savings account. So these three are primarily target audience for the banking, but all type of users is not going to use it. Take an example, or if we can make it age group, for example 0 to 15, they are not going to use the internet banking. Then second group, make it 16 to 30. 16 to 30, there are many people they may use, but till 23 they may study or they early in career stage, so they may not have internet banking. Even if they have, parents they may create it for them, but they are completely dependent. They may not use the internet banking below less than 23. If it is above 23, they may complete the college, they may early in the career stage, but still if they are working, they may have a bank account with them. But who will make them to open a bank account is most of the salaried people. They create a bank account. So their salary they are getting in the internet banking. So that's why they primarily use the internet bank. If you see 30 to 45, there are many users they use internet banking, and also some business people also use it. If you see the 40 to 60, people use. 60 plus, very difficult to use it. So always we need to understand who will be the target audiences, why they want to use this product, what is the purpose, what is the pain point when using internet banking, or it can be any kind of product we need to identify. Step 3, description of scenarios. You create scenarios that describe the solutions. Possible situation that could trigger the user of product are described. Scenarios will be used to better imagine user's interaction with the product. The story about how the character will use the product is the persona's ultimate objective. Description of personas. Preparation of the brief description of the typical user, paying attention to the user need, motivation, aspiration and values. It is very important that you add to the narration one of the scenarios created in the previous step. The ultimate aim at this stage is generate a narration that creates an empathic bond between the imagined person shows in the persona and the real users. Best practices to create a persona. When you create a persona, try to limit your persona within 3 to 4. Sometimes it is very hard to limit your persona to 3 to 4. You may have different type of users, their motivation and expectation they may have vary, but you can see how overlap in the patterns. However, limit within 3 to 4 which represent the combination or aggressions of a larger user group. Create persona early in the design process. It can created after stakeholders interview. Once we have a clear understanding about the user, it also can be modified after discussion with the end user or discussion with the user group. Always validate from your customer, it means product owner. Develop the appropriate description of the each persona's background, motivation and expectations. Do not include lot of personal information, it may not help. Be relevant and serious, humor is not appropriate. Try to use some templates for the persona. Recommend is used to use a PPT. So most of the time once you create a PPT template, which you can use it for various projects. Repeatedly you can use, you can change the image, you can change the text, you can change immediately, quickly you can create, it saves you a lot of time.